Good morning, Spiritual Life Center. Welcome to the SLC Sunday Experience. We're so glad you're here. You're in the right place at the right time, and your soul is welcome here.
That's right, just where you are meant to be, whether you are live streaming or here in person. We're going to sing about how everyone is welcome here. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. Your soul is welcome. All souls are welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome. Oh, my soul, your soul, all souls are welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. I'm getting the message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Go ahead, go ahead. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. Russell's gonna tell you all about how his soul is welcome here. Yes, it is. And your soul and his soul and her soul and our soul. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Our souls are definitely welcome here. Good morning. It's a great day. We had a little bit of rain last night, and then it cleared up this morning. And welcome, Patty Peters. Thank you for joining me on the platform this morning.
It's so great to be here. Welcome, Deborah, Reverend Deborah Phillips.
That would be me, yes.
Oh, Lord. I'll take a deep breath. We greet you in the name of all that is good, all that is sacred, and all that is holy, in the warm and loving energy of our community, Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people, worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and the beautiful temples of nature, because we know there is no space that God does not grace. If this is your first time joining us, online or in person, we especially welcome you because we know that no one here is here by accident. We are all here by divine appointment. And please silence your electronic devices and refrain from flash photography during the service.
Now let's take a moment to turn within and allow the outside world to drop away for this time together, because we come together to connect with the divine presence through whom we live and move and have our being. Our connection is eternal, never wavering, and as we turn our thoughts toward the presence, we can live in joy and love and wisdom and peace, because that is who we have come here to be, individual expressions of God, the one true source of all there is. As we set our intention to grow in consciousness, to join in divine consciousness with others, we expand our own good and the good of all those around us. This energy, this boundless love increases and flows out into our community and the world. We know that each word, each thought, each action said or done with love and compassion brings each one of us closer to a world blessed with peace. We are grateful for this opportunity to come together today with intention and move into the service with gratitude and joy. And we say, all is well, and all matter of things shall be well. And so it is. And we have a mission at Spiritual Life Center, and we say this together each week, to transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world as we love, serve, and remember. And we carry out this mission through the practice of the 5 unity principles, which we also say together each week to help us embody that and make it part of our consciousness. So let's say these together. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action.
This week, for Wow Wednesday, it's entitled Lessons from a Duckling. The way to spirituality is different for every person. Some find it in traditional religion, and some find it in nature. Marcia McCrimmons is a newborn pediatric nurse, and she finds it in the babies she cares for. They are her direct link to the one source. Join Reverend Deborah Phillips and Marcia McCrimmons as they explore the wonders newborn babies have brought into Marcia's life. And the community meal is at 6, and the program starts at 7.
And we want to thank everyone, all the 9 people who came yesterday to spruce up Spiritual Life Center. And Elaine texted me last night. She said there were 9 people here, and it comes to about 35 hours worth of work that they did in one day. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
And they took lots of pictures, and I wasn't going to be doing PowerPoint at 10 o'clock last night. So wait for the newsletter, and there will be photos of the cleanup day on the newsletter. And, Paula.
Yes. I'm in the wings. Hello, everybody. I would like to tell you about 2 events that we are having here at Spiritual Life Center. The first one you've heard a little bit about. It is happening tonight at the beautiful home of George and Diane Piper, and it is the Sambanda group, and they're going to do a world music concert this evening at 6 o'clock. There are a limited number of tickets still available. It is suggested if you're here that you go to the hub and get your ticket. You can go online and check and see that there still might be tickets available online as well, or call and get tickets that way. If you see that it says sold out, you can call, and there might still be tickets. So that's going to be a wonderful evening. There will be food at 6 and the concert from 7 to 9. And then I would like to announce another beautiful event. One of our favorite things that we love to do here is have cabarets. So this one is going to be the hot August nights, thriving into the future. This is where the community gets a chance to come together and platform and express all of their wonderful talents, as crazy as they might be, as great as they might be, whatever it is you feel. So this is going to be on Friday, August 11th. It's part of our series of events that we're having as part of our Thriving into the Future campaign, you would say. And if you would like to participate, I would like you to contact me at my SLC address, pmandela@slcworld.org. I would like submissions and ideas by July 23rd so that I can put a program together for that. It's going to be a wonderful evening. Put it on your calendar, and we will see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. The cabarets are always a blast. Yeah. So every month we have someone from the board to give us an update of what they're up to, and today we have Claudia Norton Tolbert.
Very good. Thank you. Good morning. So the board are continuing to work on the request that the April 30th town hall meeting that many of you had made. And at this meeting on April 30th, a request was made that the board minutes and financial statements be made available to members. And you will be receiving information on how to opt in to receive these emails. And the board is examining the information on our website about phases of membership. This information will be clarified and altered so that it is more clear. And we'll keep you updated on that topic. And then next Sunday, we have the community member information session, and that will be online and in person. And we want to thank Kitty and Lenny Triboli for tuning our piano in the kitchen. And so we're very grateful for having them do that. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry they're not here to take a bow. And we now have on our website that we accept charitable gifts of real estate and from our donors. And so we have posted information, a video, and all the answers to your questions online. And basically, we take all real estate except timeshares. And we know that there are a good number of members here at SLC that would like to contribute in this way. And this might be somebody that doesn't have heirs to hand their property down to, or others that want the tax write-off so they don't have to pay capital gains on their appreciated property. So please take some time to look at the Q&A online, and there's also a video on our website so you can understand this opportunity more fully. And regarding our treasured building, we have two what are they called? Security cameras that have been installed, and there's two more to be installed. So this is going to help keep our building safe. So thank you.
Thank you, Claudia, for keeping us updated.
And remember, there's many activities that foster transformation in our lives. You can check out our weekly small groups and other offerings and the happenings at SLC on our website. If you're in person, you can go to the bulletin board and check out what's going on, and then come talk to me or Corinne or anybody at the hub and sign up for anything you like the concert at the Pipers tonight. That would be a great deal to come see me, and we'll sign you up, and you can go tonight. It should be a great event.
And you know, we come together as a community, and one of the things that we come here for is to connect. And we have that opportunity right now to greet each other and connect in the way that we feel most comfortable. So let us stand and say good morning.
And we invite you to stay standing and join us in singing our group song by Ricky Byers, More of Who We Are. You ready to help me sing? Or Small But Mighty again? Please join me in singing. I will meet you with my heart, heart to heart. Let us meet again, and then may we become more of who we are, more of who we are. I will touch you, I will touch you with my soul, soul to soul, soul to soul. Let us touch again, and then may we behold more of who we are, more of who we are, more of who we are. I will meet you silently, I will meet you silently, breath to breath, breath to breath. Let us with my heart to heart. Let us meet again, and then may we become more of who we are, more of who we are. I will touch you with my soul, soul to soul. Let us touch again, and then may we behold more of who we are, much more, more of who we are. I will meet you silently, I will meet you silently, breath to breath. Let me hear you sing. Oh, and then may we become more of who we are, more of who we are, more of who we are. All right, I think we should take it down because I can't hear you. And I know that we're small but mighty, but I want to hear you sing. Are you ready? Here we go. More of who we are. More of who we are. More of who we are. Let's do it 2 more times. More of who we are. And you're going to end it. Here we go. More of who we are. Okay, I'm going to work on you. I'm going to work on you. You may. You may. Please be seated. We're so gentle this morning. We're gentle.
All right, as we settle into our chairs, preparing for meditation, we're going to take a nice deep breath together and speak out loud together our vision statement. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions, weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom. We cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
And now as we prepare for meditation, we're going to sing this beautiful chant again this week, Spirit in me. Please join me. Spirit in me, live out in the open, shine from my life like the sun. Give of your goodness, conquer the darkness, Spirit of light and love. Spirit, Spirit in me. Give through me.
Spirit in me. Take a deep breath. Prepare yourself for meditation by taking in a poem by Hafiz. You don't have to act crazy anymore. We all know you are good at that. Now retire, my dear, from all that hard work you do of bringing pain to your sweet eyes and heart. Look in a clear mountain mirror. See the beautiful ancient warrior and the divine elements you always carry inside that infused this universe with sacred life so long ago. Take in the energy of those thoughts. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor, spine strong and straight, and your heart soft. Close your eyes and gently shift from thought to awareness. Breathing in, aware of the in-breath. Breathing out, aware of the out-breath. Out-breath. Each time you exhale, notice how much more and more relaxed you are becoming. The more connected to spirit you become. In-breath, aware. Out-breath, aware. If you are willing, clench one or both fists as if you are holding on to something. As you continue to breathe, you notice that what you are gripping is actually something that no longer serves you. In fact, you realize that this attachment actually brings you suffering, pain to your sweet eyes and heart. Release your grip. As you relax your fists, picture yourself letting go. Letting go of that which no longer serves. Letting go of core beliefs that hold you back from your higher self. Hands relaxing. You might even wiggle or shake your hands slightly. Give yourself permission to let go of all the weapons you may be using against yourself. Let it all go. Your hands are now completely relaxed. Should any thoughts arise, simply release them and return your attention to your breathing. In-breath and out-breath. Now use your power of imagination and visualize yourself at a beautiful, clear mountain lake. It could look like Lake Tahoe or Shasta, or any lake of your choosing or creation. This is your lake. The water is pristine, pure, still, and mirror-like. You approach the shore, looking into the mirror-like water. You see a reflection. You see a beautiful ancient warrior. You are almost not surprised to see that it is you. It is sacred. It is divine. You have returned. You have granted yourself permission to look in the clear mountain mirror and accept yourself just as you are. whole, perfect, and complete. A divine human, a divine spirit in the silence. Slowly return to the present. If you wish, you may wiggle your fingers. Open your eyes when you are ready. Take in a deep breath and let it out with a sigh. Now retire, my dear, from all that hard work that you do. Remember all those divine elements you carry inside. Give yourself permission to be all of you, just as you are. May it be so.
I've been scared, I've been broken, my worries became lines on my face. A broken hearts I never said goodbye, just turned and walked without explaining why. I've done my share of hurting and placing blame, of lying and then feeling shame. The truth so hard to face, but now it's time I make a change. I'll take me as I am.
And then I get to follow that. Thank you. Get to. Correct. I should listen to my talk and see what I just said. And thank you, Paul, for reminding me that I don't need to continue to act crazy, because we're all really good at it. So, okay, there we go. I just lost my talk. So last week, Reverend James talked about how we get the opportunity to learn from our experiences and how they will sometimes come back around again. And at one point he said, and we're sitting there going, why is this happening? I didn't do nothing. And he says, and that's why, is because you didn't do nothing. And so I'm going to talk today about why we don't do that nothing, and why we often don't take action when we really would like to, or think we should, and how we can change that. Now, one of the reasons we don't act is simply called procrastination. And we procrastinate for a couple of reasons. Well, there's actually only one reason that we procrastinate, and that is fear. But it comes from a couple of areas. One of the places is that we don't know how to do something, or we think that our solution won't work, and we're just really unsure. And then we think it's not okay for us to ask help. And so the first one might not seem so difficult to work through, because all you have to do is ask for help. But then we don't think it's okay to ask for help. And the other part of it is that we sometimes don't think it's okay for us to do whatever it is we want to do. And that number two, it's not okay for us to do it, that sets in, and then it's not okay to ask for help, and then, well, where are we? We don't do anything. Now, many of us believe that we need to ask for permission to even ask for help. I know there's a lot of people here that I talk to is it's really hard for them to ask for help. And we're trained, but at the same time, we're trained from childhood to ask for permission to do things. Now, Don Miguel Ruiz calls the process of socialization, socializing a child, domestication. And I know some people have trouble with that word, but honestly, it is the most accurate word we can use. It's necessary to teach a new person how to live and navigate the society into which they're born. And that process, though, puts a lot of other ideas into our subconscious as well. And one of those is self-doubt. We don't start out that way. We think we can do anything. Climb over the kitty gate, experiment with how many toys you can flush down the toilet, run top speed anywhere. Babies and toddlers don't ask permission. They just do stuff. And then we tell them not to do it. Now, sometimes, of course, that's for their safety. Those of you who've raised kids know that. But sometimes it is because we were told not to do it either, or that we were taught to have to ask for permission. May I have a cookie? May I go to the swimming pool? May I get a notebook and write a story? May I draw a picture? Many new people beings are great, or not many, all new people beings are great experimenters. But somewhere along the way, that energy gets dampened down, and in many cases, it gets submerged. Now, every family is different, and they offer different rules. One might allow snacks before dinner, and another one doesn't. Or one lets their teenagers sleep till noon, while another one has them up at dawn doing chores or family things. And the result of that just might be a person who works long hours each week, and they're not able to allow themselves to just chill out on a Saturday, because they weren't allowed to do it as a child, and they need permission to take time out. And they look around, and there's no one to give them that permission. And so they press on. We are so trained to look to the outer for validation and permission, we don't even know we do it. In my personal journey, I have become very aware of how we all seek permission. And part of that's because I think I talk to so many people who are working on themselves, and they will say that to me. And I often see that in myself, and we'll come back to that part in a minute. But our need for permission is legitimate. We hear no from the time we emerge into this world. And when we're really young, we don't have the capacity to question that. We just go, okay, no. Or the other part of that is when we do question, there can be unpleasant consequences. Don't talk back. Because I said so. Thank you, Paula. I'm your mother. I'm your father. I'm your boss. And as teenagers, we do push back. But by then, there's already been so much installed in our subconscious that our limitation network is pretty well established. Now, limitation network, we all have one. And I call it a network because all of our thoughts are connected, our limiting ones and our expansive ones. And you need to do something but don't know how. That connects to the idea that it's not okay to ask for help, which sets up not doing anything and then that sets up the feeling of failure. See how it just becomes this network? I keep seeing an org chart in my head. If you feel limited financially, you feel limited in what you can do, where you can go, how you can do certain things and not others. One thing leads to another. It builds on and it builds and it builds. And this is why in New Thought, there's so much emphasis in becoming aware of your beliefs and thoughts. Because one thing does always lead to another. All of our thoughts are one big connected network. Now, of course, the cool part of this is that since it is a network and everything is connected, making just one change in your perspective can affect major changes in your life. Okay, so from what I've said so far, it sounds like our limitation network is designed by other people. And to a certain degree, that's true when we start out, but at some point, each one of us takes over for our original programmers. And we continue setting up our own limitations. We perpetuate whatever we started with. And one of the ways that happens is when we're uncomfortable with something, we make ourselves comfortable by setting up barriers and creating a limitation. But it's not because somebody else told us to do that. We're protecting ourselves. And there are other times when limiting ideas are thrown at us, but we don't respond that way because for whatever reason we're not uncomfortable and we don't create that barrier. In the first instance, when you set the limitation, whatever was happening wasn't okay. In the second, it was. Meaning that in your subconscious, someone somewhere gave permission. This thing is allowable, this is allowed, it's okay. You know, if you take a look at some of the things you've rebelled against, consider the times and consider the times that you simply did it in spite of the quote guidance that you were getting. And you ask yourself, why in this case did I say, no, I got this? Was it because you were too uncomfortable to push back, or did you just feel strong enough to strike out on your own? Did you simply give yourself permission to do what you wanted? Did you override whatever programming you had about that situation and say, this is okay for me to do? I can't tell you how many times I have heard someone say, I just need to give myself permission to do this. Now, I go through this a lot. When I first started as assistant minister, I thought I had to be a certain way up here on the platform. And it's taken a long time for me to give myself permission to just come up here and just be me. And I'm still working on that because when I was younger, just being this me person wasn't okay. You know, and while I was writing this lesson, I realized that I gave a talk in September of 2021, which is almost 2 years ago, using a lot of the material that I'm using today. And then I thought, well, I can't do that. I can't repeat it. And then I had this insane moment where I thought, I'll call up Reverend James and ask him if it's okay to use this material. It's like, really, Deborah? You're going to call the man who gives the same ending to his Easter talk every year and ask permission to reuse some words? I spent a lot of time walking around my house laughing at myself. And then I heard in my head, I heard him laughing. Needless to say, I did not call him. You know, but it seems that every time I do a talk, that topic comes and stares me right in the face. And I do love that. But why did I think I needed anybody's permission for any part of this lesson or any other talk? I mean, my original premise here was that our real permission comes from God, the source, the force. And the idea fleshed itself out in that exercise about repeating something I had done because, ladies and gentlemen, the idea to use that material was direct inspiration from Spirit in the first place. A few days before, it just came into my mind, incorporate the limitation network into this lesson. I didn't go looking for it, oh, what do I put in here? It just came in. After my hilarious mental gymnastics, it was very clear that I had already had permission because God told me to do it, so there. Seriously, though, the more I thought about how we get so tied up with what we are supposed to do, how we are supposed to do it, how we're supposed to be, the more I realized the fact, and this is a fact, that we are holy beings inhabiting a holy body. And that means that we automatically have permission to be who we are, exactly who we are. Think about it. When you feel inspired, that impulse moves you forward, and you don't even wonder if it's okay. And you don't wonder if it's okay to rearrange the furniture or paint a picture or write a poem or do the dishes later instead of now. You just go with it. It's about when we start to think about things that we engage that self-doubt that was installed so long ago. Now, if you're making a big decision, say you move to a different city or to go back to school as a seasoned adult, sure, that calls for some practical consideration. But do you really need permission from someone else, anyone else, to do what you want to do? No, not if you know deep in yourself that it is the right thing to do. When I was 52, I decided that since I was going to be single for the rest of my life, I should go back to school and then get myself a real job. Now, some people thought that was fairly daring, but I knew it was exactly the right thing to do. And of course, I went back and I chose a liberal arts major in creative writing and poetry, which of course sort of defeated that go out and get a good job plan. But I was following intuition, the impulse of Spirit. And I gave myself permission to go after a completely impractical course of study and ended up with one of the best advisor, teacher, mentor people on the planet. And I had a blast. And in my last semester, I met my husband. And then I went on, hey, let's just take it to the end, right? I went on and got a Master of Fine Arts in poetry, in creative writing and poetry. How practical. But now, though, I use all of that every single day in this job. And I wonder really how many people get that much out of their education as I do. I just followed. I followed intuition. Now, it'd be easy to drop into the just follow your heart, follow your heart, which is a good thing, but what we're talking about here calls for full awareness that you're listening to the inner voice, to Spirit itself. We live in a culture that says, be practical. And our younger people are pushing back on that a little bit. They don't want to have traditional jobs. But if you look at our schools, they're still fighting to maintain arts and music programs, and even writing isn't really taught as an art anymore in many places. It doesn't matter how old you are, the stage of your life. We all have something we would love to do or see or have, and perhaps denied ourselves because our inner parent is saying, no, you do not have permission to do that. Keep in mind, yes, we all need to feel validated, seen, and heard by other people. We need that sense of belonging. But when we operate solely from that outer energy, we give up ourselves. We find ourselves asking for permission to live our lives, and we continually worry about what's okay. So remember, that inner parent is not you, and it is certainly not God. Our true cues come from Spirit if we but listen and watch. The mere fact that we were born means that not only do we have permission to be here, but it is our job to become the highest and best person that we can be. And that means listening and allowing. Your intuition is Spirit speaking to you and through you. That is your permission. That is all you need. The God impulse is your permission. Not only is it your permission to do what you feel called to do, it is your key to dismantling that limitation network. Our thoughts are one big network, right? So whatever we plug into it affects the whole. So if you replace even one limitation with a permission, you change everything. And that may be dramatic and it may be subtle. But once you give yourself permission, or more correctly, accept that you have the all clear, your experience in life will change. When you're doing that thing that you finally allowed yourself to do, the sense of freedom and joy is amazing. I cannot tell you how much fun I had doing that just crazy, solid two and a half years of study. And when you're in that consciousness, you are in tune with the infinite. You're working with the infinite to co-create you, the best version of you, and what you came into this world to do and what you have to offer this world. And so I come here today to proclaim to all of you that through Spirit, permission to be you is granted. And so it is. Next week, Reverend James will be back. It's Father's Day, and he is going to talk to us about the prodigal son, everyone's story. And, I'm doing the meditation. Good to know. And, John Gardner's going to be with us? Yes. Yay. So, and now, yes, thank you. White stores. That welcome card is available online. And we will bring you the card. You can take it to the welcome table for a small gift and a warm, warm welcome. And now we have the opportunity to support Spiritual Life Center. If you are online, you can text us at SLC Love at 44321. You can go to our website and click on the Donate tab. And of course, you can always mail in an offering if should you choose to. And also, remember that when you share or follow or click on whatever else you can click on out there, you send this consciousness out further and further. And this is a very important teaching that we have here. So please share this with whoever you feel like sharing. And so for those of us here, let us have our blessing together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
Hey, hey, hey. just for today. I'm telling the truth like it's going out of style. I'm gonna swallow my pride, gonna be who I am, and I don't care who don't like it. Oh, I feel, but I do it anyway. I won't let it stand in my way. I know what I must do. Yeah, there's no guarantee that it'll be easy, but I know that it will be fulfilling, and it's time for me to show and prove. Said it's okay not to know. Exploration is how we grow. It's okay to not have the answer, 'cause sometimes it's the question that matters. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, that's alright with me. I open up my arms and I embrace the mystery. I don't know what's gonna happen, that's alright with me. I open up my arms and I embrace the mystery.
Embrace the mystery. Thank you. Thank you. So we give thanks for the offerings that we receive both online and here today, because we know that as we give, we receive, and as we receive, somehow we give as well, because it is the eternal circle of love and light and peace and joy. And so we say thank you. We bless the prayers that are in the prayer box, knowing that before the question is asked, the answer is already here. And we know that by asking, by putting it out there, we are opening ourselves up to the even higher and higher answers. And as these prayers are sent to Silent Unity to be prayed over for another 30 days, that just expands the possibilities and opens us up to even more acceptance of the true nature of ourselves and the true nature of the solutions that come into our lives. And we say, thank you, God. And now, prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, I am, and all is well.
On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the breeze that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let this be the moment with every step I take. Let this be my joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me.
And may you have a blessed week, and may the joys of the world go with you.